right, gentlemen, nobody... Ladies, kindly pardon my error.
No move!
The Phantom was directed by Simon Wincer and stars Billy Zane, Catherine Zeta-Jones, amongst a whole slew of other actors. And this movie follows Kit Walker as he attempts to stop Xander Drax from obtaining the skulls of Tuganda, which, when put together, will give him ultimate power and ultimately world domination. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the ThwakJak YouTube channel. Today I'm going to be doing the second part of the channel review segment. Earlier today, Anthony dropped his review of La La Land, which is the movie I gave him to watch. So if you haven't yet, go ahead and watch that. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And right now I'm going to give you my thoughts on The Phantom. So early on in the movie, we're introduced to Kit Walker as a child as he sees his father get killed in front of him. And soon after, he's discovered by a group of tribesmen who then give him the skull ring, which is a ultra-powerful ring. And pretty much after that, once he grows up, he adopts the mantle of the Phantom and becomes the 21st Phantom. And then starts on his journey of trying to avenge his father's death and also trying to keep the rings out of the hands of anybody who's evil, which ends up being Xander Drax. Yeah, so let's talk about what I thought about the movie visually. Visually, as far as cinematography goes, it really wasn't too much different than a lot of the superhero movies that were out at the time, like The Rocketeer, The Shadow, even Blade, Spawn, I guess, too, you consider that. A lot of the cinematography fit that time period. Nothing too special, but it still wasn't bad to where it doesn't hold up now. It does hold up now, so that's one good thing about it. And tonally, I like how they were able to mix some darker moments with some lighthearted moments to kind of like give a good balance. Nothing was too this way or that way with it, I think. And a lot of the movie, as far as the jungle safari vibes I got, kind of reminded me of Indiana Jones in a way. That sort of serial, harkens back to those serial superhero movies of the 30s, adventure movies. There's even some pirate stuff in here that kind of goes back to those days as well. And as far as performances go, Billy Zane isn't your over-the-top sort of superhero. He's more self-contained and more, I guess, in a way grounded, and he has like a specific mission that he's on. As opposed to the main villain, Xander Drax, who is completely over the top. And I can see how that aspect of the movie could probably get annoying to some people. Because, before watching this movie, I heard a lot of bad things about it. It's not one that kind of holds up well with a lot of superhero movie audiences. And I think part of the problem is, before this movie, it really wasn't a known character. It started out as a comic strip in the 30s and really didn't see much action until this movie came out. And I think another thing that helped it, in my opinion, Billy Zane was cast in the Titanic after this movie came out. So I think when people saw him, they kind of, I guess, went back to this one and saw it. So that kind of helped it there. And if we're talking box office for this movie, it did debut at number 6 in 1996, behind movies like Mission Impossible, and it grossed, I think, $17 million over 2,000 screens, and that is nothing too crazy, too special, but I think that has something to do with the obscurity of the IP. We really didn't get anything too familiar until like X-Men and Spider-Man in the early 2000s, and that's when superhero movies really made a leap forward. And I guess thinking back at everything I just said about this movie, this is more of a retrospective than a review, but that's okay. Yeah, overall, if I'm looking at this movie as a whole, it was enjoyable. It left me with a smile on my face, kind of brought me back to when I was a kid watching these types of movies. Cinematography holds up. Dialogue is a little bit hit or miss in some places. And yeah, those are like the main points I would say. So overall, I'd probably give this movie a solid 7 out of 10. Recommendable, watchable, and if you have a history with it like Anthony did, you're going to love it regardless. So yeah, if you have seen The Phantom, let me know what you think. Let Anthony know what you think. And like, comment, subscribe, share this video everywhere. And yeah, thank you guys for watching, and see you later.